15 minutes of high-quality radio packed into 4 hours. The best of Paul and Al on 94 HJY.
It's 94 HJY's Kevin with a message to anyone who uploads videos to YouTube. If you title a video Best News Bloopers or Epic Bikini Fails, please do not use as a thumbnail a shot of a large-breasted news anchor having a nip slip on air or some hottie losing her bikini top in a swimming pool if said large-breasted news anchor having a nip slip or the hottie losing her bikini top in a swimming pool does not, in fact, appear anywhere in your video and is just a cheap ploy to get you more clicks, especially if the video is 30 minutes long and misleads me into slowly scrolling over every single frame waiting for these erotic images to pop up only to find worthless G-rated material. This message is brought to you by me and YouTube perverts everywhere. Thank you. See? Another one! There is not even one shot of the Hispanic weather girl in the tight dress with the boob popping out. Jesus! I fall for it every time. Why?
Warning! Warning! There is no obscene content. Hell, there's barely any content at all. The best of Paul and Al on 94 HJY. 94 HJY presents the news that Jen missed.
It's time to look at how negligent Jen has been.
No, she's not wearing a negligee. What are you talking about?
Hey, listen, I only get paid 30 cents on the dollar for every dollar you guys get paid. I'm only trying to live up to the name, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, a baby in China was born with 15 fingers and 16 toes, which means that in a couple of years he'll be the fastest worker at the iPhone factory.
Oh.
So in honor of the Eagles song Take It Easy, a statue of Glenn Fry was placed in Winslow, Arizona.
Nice.
Yeah, no word yet on whether the statue is still there or if it's already gone. And finally, photos have surfaced. You guys have had to have seen this. Photos have surfaced of Tom Brady sunbathing nude. Have you seen him on Facebook?
No.
I can't believe that. And Paul showed up this morning with an achy right arm claiming it's tennis elbow. Coincidence? I think not.
We actually have some pictures of Tom and Giselle sunning themselves on a boat. As he suffers through his suspension.
Oh,
yes.
jeez.
They're in Europe right now.
Okay, I'm going to have to go check that out for investigative purposes.
And don't hurt your arm like I did.
One of our listeners on the Paul and Al Facebook page posted, "Hey, I can't see his balls. I wonder if he deflated them just for the photos."
Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
NBC has rolled Tom Brokaw out of retirement.
Yeah, it's good to see him, but he really does look a lot older.
I just saw a few minutes before the debate the other night, and he really didn't add much to it. And, you know, it's that speech impediment that he's always had, I thought, was worse than ever. He's kind of slurring. And, of course, he had an amazing career as a journalist. I think the highlight might have been, time that Kevin sat down with him.
94 HJY's Kevin here. Honored to be joined by Mr. Tom Brokaw. Welcome to the show, Tom.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tom Brokaw.
Yeah, okay. I think I handled the introduction all right. But
I'm Tom Brokaw.
But anyway, so let's talk about your career. When you retired, what were people telling you?
It's one of the darkest days in America.
That might be overstating it a bit, but we hear that you now throw some crazy swinger parties at your ranch these days. What are those like?
There's some high-grade dope that we've imported from Colombia, and we let everybody score. So we just put it out there on the table and take whatever they want.
At these orgies, who are some famous people who show up?
The Dalai Lama, Bishop Desmond Tutu, Jacques Cousteau.
Well, that's quite a guest list. How do these orgies usually end?
Free Band-Aids, vaccinations, and happy endings.
Any famous person ever contract any diseases at one of your parties?
Well, Cronkite has tested positive for the HIV virus.
Well, that's terrible. Who do you think gave it to him?
I'm Tom Brokaw.
All right, Tom, you're kind of repeating yourself, so
I'm Tom Brokaw.
Let's wrap this.
Tom Brokaw here in New York.
Well,
I'm Tom Brokaw.
I don't know if it's dementia.
Tom Brokaw here in New York.
Okay, thank
Tom
you.
Brokaw.
All right, goodbye.
Paul and Al.
I wonder what they thought last week when I spent all that time in the ladies' song section.
94 HJY.
Hey, thanks for
15 minutes of high-quality radio packed into 4 hours. The best of Paul and Al on 94 HJY.
Boy, don't ask how we got on this topic. Actually, it is Thomas Crapper's birthday, the inventor of the flush toilet. And we're tracking down stories of, well, valuable things, awful things that you have dropped in the toilet by accident.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing very well, and you?
A little bit too much caffeine this morning, but
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, we could tell the perkiness factor is up.
Now, what did you drop in the toilet?
Well, after I, took a big dump, I dropped my phone in it.
And what was the fate of the phone?
Not good.
Yeah.
I was told to, I cleaned it off, obviously, and I put it in a bowl of rice or whatever, and, it didn't survive.
It didn't. What was
brown rice, right?
What?
Yeah, well.
What was the fate?
It was brown rice after that.
Yeah.
What was the fate of the dump?
What was the fate of the dump?
I'm guessing I know what happened to that. Oh, well, that's...
I was elbow deep in it, honey.
Wow. You're my kind of gal.
Oh, that is wild.
How many pounds did you lose after going?
I probably lost a good 5 pounds.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I've had those, seriously.
And throw in a cell phone as well.
Wow.
Excellent. What's your name?
Christina.
All right, Christina.
Paul and Al.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
On 94 HJY.
94 HJY. Thursday is Something DJ Day, where all of our crazy listeners call us with jokes trying to win the $94 and the T-shirt. So let's throw some of the highlights from yesterday's show to you here. Wheels sent in a couple here. What do you get if you insert human DNA into a goat? Banned from the petting zoo. He also wrote, I sent my girlfriend out to buy a dominatrix outfit. She came back in a wedding dress.
Hey.
And Evan wrote a couple of here. So I found out last night the actual retail price of sex with a girl in Fall River. It's 3 shots of tequila and dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, and one last one from Evan here. What's worse than finding your daughter's vibrator?
I don't know.
Finding your son's. HJY.
If Bruce Jenner has an orgasm, is that technically a leaking tranny?
A leaking tranny. Yes, it is. Good one, Tim. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, man.
How are a scooter and a fat woman alike?
Ooh, Jim Shorts. Do you know this one?
How's a tutor?
No, a scooter.
No,
A scooter and a fat woman alike. I don't know.
They're both really fun to ride, but you don't want your friends seeing you do it. See ya. Our winner and one of our all-time leaders of Stump the DJ ever and ever is Wheels, as he wrote in this week's winner. I thought my new girlfriend might be the one, but after looking through her drawer, I found a nurse's outfit, a French maid's outfit, a policewoman's uniform, and I decided, man, if she can't hold down a job, she's just not for me.
Paul and Al. Mornings on 94 HJY.
Home Rock and Roll 94 HAY. We've got Kevin and Jim Shorts in the studio. You know that old joke that's like says 80% of the people masturbate and the other 20% are liars?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, there's a new survey, and whenever they have these surveys, do people really tell the truth? I don't know. But anyway, the results from the new survey, 88% of people between the age of 18 and 74 say they pleasure themselves.
74, really? Wow.
Men do it an average of 15 times a month. Women about 8 times a month, according to this survey. 17% of people fantasize about celebrities while they do it. Kev?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I could have a
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's right. They
Smurfs.
Yeah. Well, they had the
Wally the Green Monster.
Well, at least you said Fenway and not, the park you work at all the time, Shorts. You were going there. And finally, 21% of men and 30% of the women like getting it on with themselves more than having sex with another person. Wow. Interesting survey.
I've never tried the other, so I guess I'll have to take your word for it.
Paul and Al.
Those folks just don't seem to have a taste for testicles no more.
On 94 HJY.
It's 94 HJY. I think it's time for the creep of the week. No, not you.
Made it through another week without you noticing.
And not you, Kev, either. No, this is a 50-year-old guy out of Seattle, Washington. He indulged his impulse to stimulate himself in probably the very worst location in the universe.
His ear?
No.
Oh, you mean outside of his home.
Right. Prosecutors say Anthony Hardison, yes, Hardison, was in the lobby of the sheriff's office in downtown Seattle registering as a sex offender.
Oh, my God.
Well, he didn't have a pen.
A sheriff's office employee
This
found...
ain't out of ink.
They found him masturbating right there in the room as he was registering. Incident happened after Hardison was sentenced on 2 counts of indecent exposure, says here, showing his genitals to bus drivers. Oh, my God. Kevin, you spent a lot of time there. That has never happened in Kennedy Plaza, has it? You should go down with a cam today and see how many people you catch exposing themselves to bus drivers.
I've seen a lot of things. I have not seen that
I'm sure we have a lot of Hardisons right here in Providence as well.
Paul and Al.
That's inappropriate.
Uh-huh.
That's violating a boundary.
Sure is.
On 94 HJY.
Hey, thanks. Hey, everybody, it's Vietnamese rapper extraordinaire Dan Toc Cam. You know what that means, right, Kevin?
Yes, it means not all Asians are geniuses, and that is not my opinion. That is the opinion of the Paul and Al Show. I believe they are geniuses.
A Vietnamese couple having sex for the first time.
Your neighbor coming to your door?
Vietnamese couple having sex for the first time were left with serious injuries after the man used a plastic shopping bag as a condom.
Oh, no. Wow. Paper. At least they didn't use paper.
Paper or plastic? Plastic, please. Yes, the unnamed duo, which is good because it's always hard to pronounce, who were having intercourse for the first time, were treated in the hospital for genital lesions, abrasions, and bleeding. The doctor who treated them said they were both college students.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, smart.
Easy entrance exam, apparently.
But apparently the male was too shy to go out and buy condoms.
Wow.
So they used a plastic shopping bag.
Did they at least take all the groceries out? Or?
He did double bag, anyway.
They say they are on antibiotics to help them recover, but I think it's going to take a lot more than antibiotics to get those two straightened out.
On 94 HJY.
It's your home of rock and roll 94 HAY and a fine new sponsor on the Paul and Al Show.
Hi, I'm Greg Ford, great-grandson of Henry Ford. Come down to our generations-old Ford family dealership and buy a Ford today. The only car we carry, because it's the car that started it all.
Ford family dealers, we only sell Fords that you can afford.
Greg Ford again, and Ford Family Dealers is now carrying Toyotas as well. So buy a Ford or Toyota from us today at
Ford Toyota Family Dealers. We only sell Fords and Toyotas that you can afford.
Ford Toyota Family Dealers is now carrying Jeeps. So come on down to
Ford Toyota Jeep Family Dealers. We only sell Ford Toyotas and Jeeps that you can afford.
Did we mention the former Ford Toyota Jeep Family Dealers' newest inventory of Hondas and Chevrolets?
Ford Toyota Jeep Honda Chevrolet Family Dealers. We only sell Ford Toyota Jeeps, Hondas, and Chevrolets that you can afford.
What's that? We now carry Kias and GMC?
Ford Toyota Jeep Honda Chevrolet Kia GMC Family Dealers. We only sell Ford Toyota Jeeps, Honda Chevrolet Kias, and GMCs that you can afford.
Hey, Greg Ford here again. We really overextended ourselves buying all these cars, and they're just not moving. So after 100 years, we're closing our doors, so don't bother coming down to
the former Ford Toyota Jeep Honda Chevrolet Kia GMC Family Dealers. We no longer sell Ford Toyota Jeeps, Honda Chevrolet Kias, and GMCs that are dealerships that we can't afford.
Paul and Al. Mornings on 94 HJY.
It's time for Blow and Chow with Paul and Al. And what do you got, Jen?
How bad do you want to lose weight? Come on. Researchers found the diversity of bacteria living in your feces is linked to how much fat you have in your body, and they suggest the answer could be fecal transplants of bacteria from one person to another.
Now, wait a second. Is that done surgically or orally?
Listen.
Because one doesn't bother me, the other does. And I'm letting you guess which one.
I was going to say, if you're really going to leave that up to me, you know where I'm going to go.
Orally, I was thinking it might be cheek to cheek.
Oh.
Yeah, they turn you upside down and put a funnel in your butt.
Paul and Al.
So graphic, so repulsive, it is in no way suited for TV news.
On 94 HJY.
It's your home of rock and roll 94 HJY. Today, the birthday of Thomas Crapper. Does that name
Yes,
ring
he's
a
the
bell?
inventor of the toilet.
Very good.
No, that name does not ring a bell. It flushes. It makes me feel flush a little bit.
Right, and some people say that's where the word crap came from.
I mean, you'd have to think, right? The derivation.
And the crapper.
Kind of a weird coincidence.
Yeah, but the flush toilet, he was a creator.
That's right.
So
and thank you to him.
On that, yeah, I know. Imagine before that we were just sticking it out in the
even
woods,
with people
weren't we?
flushing in our men's room here, it's bad enough.
On that note, we're going to try to track down the most interesting thing that you, the HJY listener, has dropped in the toilet. Mm-hmm. Our boss has dropped his phone.
Yes.
I'm sure I've dropped something in there. I can't think of it. Kevin, you said you dropped something valuable?
I dropped something very important, very valuable. I was on vacation in Mexico, and as you know, I'm on a psychiatric cocktail of pills to keep myself sane. And I was
keep choo-choo on the track, as
exactly,
they say.
Yeah. And I was opening the bottle, and the cap came off weird, and the bottle flung, and about 90% of my pills went into a Mexican toilet. And I need those to get through the day, of course.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, Mexican water's dirty. I was going to wash it down with Mexican water anyway. Yeah. So I just scoop them out and eat them. But I went down to El Farmacia. And so the guy, yo estoy loco? Por favor, some pills.
And he was able to...
No, he did not, because I need, even down there they have some standards about legality of giving out prescription medication. So,
but there was a guy right outside the door on the street that helped you out.
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing?
So I was just insane and insufferable for the entire vacation.
Even crazier than normal.
Yeah, exactly.
On your Mexican vacation.
That's why I dropped down the toilet. So if Thomas Crapper, I flushed him down.
All right.
Was insane for the majority of the vacation.
Paul and Al. Mornings on 94 HJY.
Hey, thanks for listening. Ironic in the debates last night that Hillary, who had the kind of health issues, a couple of weeks ago.
She had the pneumonia and she was coughing and all that.
Yeah, no coughing last night.
No, not at all, but it seemed like it was Mr. Trump who was fighting back the sniffles.
We're midway through the first presidential debate, and moderator Lester Holt will now be asking both candidates who have been showing some health issues which one will be most likely to make it through a presidential term without dying.
Beginning with you, Secretary Clinton.
Well, thank you. Excuse me. Too much to say. Thank you.
Secretary Clinton, thank you. Mr. Trump, the same question to you.
We have a situation. I want to make America great again.
So let's have earned sick days.
Perhaps we'll be talking about that later.
They are contagious.
And now.
And I'll say this, those are some sick people.
94 HJY.